I refused to hand over my savings, and my parents stopped answering my calls, so I decided to go to their house, hoping to find some understanding. Instead of support, I faced accusations of selfishness. My father and mother, without even looking me in the eye, kicked me out the door. What happened next will shock you. So, I've been lurking here for a while, but never thought I'd have a story crazy enough to post. Buckle up, because this one's a roller coaster, and I'm still reeling from it. I'm 28, decent job, been saving up for years to maybe buy a place of my own one day. My parents? They've always been the "you owe us because we raised you" types. Lately, they've been hounding me to hand over my savings. Like, all of it, too. Help the family. No specifics, just guilt trips about how I'm ungrateful if I don't. I finally put my foot down and said no. Big mistake, apparently. Last month, I stopped hearing from them. No calls, no texts, nothing. I try reaching out, straight to voicemail. It messed me up. Guilt was eating me alive, like maybe I was the selfish one. But resentment was there too. Why should I have to give up everything I've worked for? I couldn't take it anymore, so I decided to drive over to their place unannounced. 2-hour trip, plenty of time to overthink. I just wanted some kind of closure, you know? Maybe even an apology. I pull up to their house. It's this old split level they'd had forever, paint peeling, lawn half dead. I knock, and my mom opens the door just enough to peek out. No. Hey, good to see you. No hug, nothing. Just a cold. What do you want? I'm already thrown off, but I push through. Say I want to talk about what's been going on. She doesn't even let me finish. If you're not here to help, you're not welcome. She snaps, arms crossed like I'm some stranger begging for change. I step inside anyway. Big mistake number 2. My dad's in the living room, glued to the recliner, staring at the TV like I'm not even there. I try explaining myself. I've worked hard for that money. I'm not saying no forever, but I need to know what's going on. Can't we just talk? He doesn't look up. Just mutters, "You've always been selfish. Should have known you'd turn out like this." My mom jumps in, voice sharp as a knife. We gave you everything, and this is how you repay us. Get out. I'm stunned. Like what? I try to argue. I'm not a bank. You can't just demand my life savings. But they're not having it. My dad finally looks at me, eyes hard, and says, "Doors that way. Don't come back till you figure out what family means." My mom's already shoving me toward the exit, practically slamming the door on my heels. I'm standing on the porch, heart pounding, wondering how it went south so fast. I didn't even get a chance to sit down. I start walking back to my car, parked down the street because their driveway's a mess of junk. I'm fuming, hurt, confused, everything at once. That's when I see it, a flash of movement behind this big oak tree across the road. I squint, and there's my brother Jake, ducking like he's in some spy movie. He's 25, the golden child, who's always had some brilliant startup idea that never quite pans out. I catch his eye, and he freezes. He's got this look, half shame, half panic, like a kid caught stealing cookies. Jake? What the hell are you doing? I call out, storming over. He steps out, hands stuffed in his pockets, avoiding my glare. I was just... I heard everything, he mumbles. I'm like, you've been creeping out here the whole time? Why didn't you come in? He kicks at the dirt. Didn't want them to know I was here. Look, I didn't mean for this to happen, okay? I told them you'd come around eventually, but... He trails off, and it clicks. Wait, I say, voice low. This is about your thing, isn't it? That business you've been bragging about? Jake's been on this kick lately, acting like he's Elon Musk reincarnated because he's got some app idea. Parents eat it up, call him a genius. He winces. Sort of. They think I'm close to a big break, and I might have said we'd all pitch in. I'm floored. So they're shaking me down for your dream? And you let them? He finally meets my eyes, and there's this flicker of guilt, like real guilt, not the fake crap he pulls when he's late on rent. I didn't think they'd go this far, he says. I screwed up, man. I didn't realize what it'd do to you. For a second, I almost feel bad for him. Almost. Then I remember the door slamming in my face. Yeah, well, they just disowned me over it. I snap. Thanks for the heads up. He opens his mouth to say something, but I'm done. I turn and head for my car, leaving him standing there like a kicked puppy. I drive off, hand shaking on the wheel, replaying it all. My parents picking him over me. Jake hiding like a coward while I took the fall. And that look on his face, like he's just now seeing the mess he made. I don't know if I'm more pissed at them or him, but one thing's clear, this isn't over. Not by a long shot. Update 1. This train wreck just keeps chugging along, and that was a month ago. I figured I'd let it simmer, maybe give them all time to cool off. Nope. It got weirder. So yesterday, I'm chilling at my apartment, tiny one bedroom, nothing fancy, but it's mine, when there's a knock at the door. I'm not expecting anyone, so I peek through the peephole. It's Jake. Hoodie up, hands in his pockets, shifting like he's about to bolt. I almost don't open it, but curiosity wins. I swing the door open and go. What's this? You selling Girl Scout cookies now? He doesn't laugh. Just says, Can I come in? We need to talk. I let him in, mostly because I want answers. He flops onto my couch, uninvited, classic Jake, and starts pacing with his words. Look, I've been thinking about what happened. I feel like crap, okay? I didn't mean for Mom and Dad to go off on you like that. I lean against the wall, arms crossed. Cool story. So why are you here? Need a loan to finish your app or whatever? He shakes his head hard. No, it's not that. I need you to get why they're so pissed. I'm already annoyed. I get it. They think you're Steve Jobs, and I'm the jerk who won't fund your startup. What's new? He rubs his face, looking exhausted. It's not just that. They've always respected me because of the business stuff, you know? Like, it's the only thing I've got going for me with them. But now it's falling apart, and I don't know what to do. His voice cracks a little, and I'm thrown. Jake's usually cocky. This is new. Falling apart how? I ask, sitting on the arm of the couch. He sighs. The app's not taking off like I thought. Investors bailed, and I'm hemorrhaging cash. I told Mom and Dad it was fine, but it's not. They're freaking out, and I guess they thought you'd bail us all out. I stare at him. So you lied to them, and they turned on me because you couldn't deliver? That's your genius plan? He winces. I didn't lie. I just overestimated. I thought I could pull it off. I'm about to lay into him. Years of him being the golden boy bubbling up, but he keeps going. I never wanted this, man. Being their genius sucks. It's all pressure, and I'm drowning. I feel awful about you getting screwed over. He's looking at me now, eyes all red, and I almost buy it. Almost. I lean forward. Okay, let's fix it then. We go to them together, tell them the truth, sort this out. You and me. His face changes fast, soft to sharp. No way, he snaps, standing up. You don't get how serious this is. They'd lose it if they knew I messed up this bad. I'm handling it. I'm on my feet too. Handling it? You just said you're drowning. What's the plan, Jake? Keep dodging until they disown me for good? He's pacing again. You don't understand. Just stay out of it, all right? I'll figure something out. I'm done. Get out, I say, pointing at the door. You don't get to dump this on me and then bail. He hesitates, like he wants to argue, but grabs his hoodie and heads out. I'm sorry, he mutters as the door shuts. I'm left standing there, pissed but also weirdly shaken. Was he actually sorry? Or was this another act? I crash on the couch, trying to process it, when I hear his voice outside, muffled, but clear enough. He's on the phone. I crack the window just in time to catch it. Yeah, it's me, he's saying, voice low. The loan's due next week, and they're threatening to foreclose. I didn't tell him. God, no, he'd freak. Just push the payment back, okay? I'll get the cash. My stomach drops. Loan? Foreclose? I grab my phone and duck into the hall, listening as he keeps going. No, it's in their name, Mom and Dad's. They don't even know how deep we're in. I thought I could flip it, but look, just all them. He hangs up, and I'm frozen. Jake didn't just tank his business. He took out loans in our parents' name, massive ones, and now they're screwed. Foreclosure? That's their house, the one they've had since I was a kid. And he's hiding it from them, and me. All the guilt he fed me was a smokescreen. I slump against the wall, heart racing. This isn't about some app anymore. My brothers dragged our whole family into a hole, and I'm the only one who knows. So what now? Do I confront him? Tell my parents? Or just let it crash and burn? I'm so lost, and this keeps getting worse. Update 2. After Jake left my place, I couldn't sleep. That call kept replaying. Foreclosure, their house, all of it. I had to warn them. Yeah, they treated me like dirt, but losing their home over Jake's lies? That's next level cruel. So I grabbed my keys and drove the 2 hours to their place, rehearsing the whole way. I'd lay it out. Jake's in debt. It's in your name. We need to fix this. I even wrote a check, half my savings, to stop the bank from taking their house. Not because they deserved it, but because I couldn't live with the guilt if I didn't try. I pull up, and the house looks off. No foreclosure signs yet, but the vibe's wrong. Curtains drawn, no car in the driveway. I knock, and my mom opens the door, looking rough. Bags under her eyes, hair a mess. You again? She says, voice flat. I push past the attitude. We need to talk. Now! It's about Jake. She freezes, then steps aside. My dad's at the kitchen table, staring at a stack of papers, bills, bank notices, the works. The place reeks of stress. Jake's in trouble. I start, sitting down. I overheard him. He took out loans, big ones, in your names. The bank's about to take the house. My mom gasps, hand to her mouth, and my dad's face goes red. What the hell are you talking about? He barks. I keep going. He's been lying about his business. It's tanked, and he's drowning in debt. I came to help. I've got a check to cover some of it. Stop the foreclosure. I slide it across the table. $20,000, half my nest egg. For a second, they're silent. My mom's eyes dart to the check, then to my dad. I think maybe they'll soften, say something human. Nope. My dad snatches the check, scans it, and goes, This is your big fix? You think this undoes what you put us through? I'm floored. What I put you through? Jake's the one who... My mom cuts me off, voice shaking. Don't you dare blame him. He's trying. You're the one who turned your back. I'm losing it. Turn my back? I'm here with half my savings while he's hiding. Where is he? My dad slams the table. Gone. Took off last week. Said he'd fix it, and we trust him. Unlike you. I'm on my feet now. Trust him? He's bankrupted you. That check's your lifeline. Take it. My mom's crying, but it's not gratitude. We don't want your pity, she snaps. We'll figure it out without you. I'm about to scream when I hear it. Laughter. From the living room. I storm over, and there's Jake, sprawled on the couch with a beer, grinning like an idiot. Hey, bro, he says, casual as hell. Didn't expect you to play hero. My parents shuffle in behind me, and it hits. They're not broken. They're celebrating. I spit on them. What's going on? You said he was gone. My dad smirks. Yeah, gone to close a deal. Sold the house this morning. Cash buyer. We're moving south, starting fresh. I'm reeling. Sold it? What about the loans? The foreclosure? Jake sits up, still grinning. Oh, that? Paid off the bank with the sale. Had a little left over, too. He winks, and my mom chimes in. He told us you'd pull this, show up with some sob story to guilt us. Said you'd try to buy your way back in. My dad nods, holding up my check. Guess he was right. I'm shaking. You set me up? I came to save you, and this was a game? Jake shrugs. Not a game. Insurance. Figured you'd crack eventually. Mom and Dad bet you wouldn't, but I knew better. Thanks for the extra cash, though. He laughs again, and my parents join in, like I'm the punchline. I snatch the check back. You're unbelievable. All of you. My mom's smile fades. Leave, then. We don't need you. I'm out the door before they can say more, slamming it so hard the frame rattles. I drive home in a daze, replaying it. They didn't just screw me. They played me, start to finish. Jake's debts, the guilt trips, the sale. It was all a con to squeeze me dry. And I almost fell for it. I'm keeping my savings, cutting them off for good. But it stings. Family's supposed to mean something, right?